This message is for you, Mrs. Hernandez. Ms. Hernandez, this is Raul Macias, District 1 constituent. I am demanding that you file a motion to have Heather Hutt removed as representative of District 10. She was put in there by a series of corrupt machinations by Nuri Martinez and absolutely corrupt Herb Wesson. You know exactly what happened. I have to run the whole story, by you, Ms. Hernandez. Heather Hutt should not be in that position. That position belongs to Grace Yu. In that November 3rd, 2020 election, she came in runner-up. She received 39.4% of the vote to Ridley Thomas's 61%, roughly. She received 36,485 votes. What happened here, and you know exactly what happened, I'll run it by you just so they will be on this video. Mr. Thomas, Ridley Thomas, was indicted and he was removed from office, or he was suspended. And Nuri Martinez filed a motion to put in a termed out Herb Wesson, which was totally unethical. This pariah did not belong back in that seat. Okay, but the whole game plan in here is for the black community to keep that district represented by a black person. That's Herb Wesson's wishes. So when they brought him back, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference filed a lawsuit and wanted Ridley Thomas back. Instead of doing the right thing, they should have had Grace Yu be appointed to that position because she was runner-up in that election. But of course, they wanted Ridley Thomas back, but they couldn't get him back. But they successfully booted this Herb Wesson out. But what Herb Wesson did, because he's such a criminal, he went ahead and fired Carly Katona and Fernando Ramirez. Carly Katona's chief of staff to Ridley Thomas, and Fernando Ramirez was deputy chief of staff. They were running that district for a few months, I believe, roughly around that period of time, when Ridley Thomas was suspended. And what do you know? He appoints Heather Hutt, okay, and puts her in as his new chief of staff. Well, she ended up with that job because these criminals, which I consider the criminals, in that city council chamber voted her in after Nuri Martinez, again, she went ahead and filed a motion to have her put in there, those supposed racists. So she puts two black people in positions of power, and they call her a racist. Isn't that something? They put these two corrupt people. Heather Hutt has no shame being in that position. I've already sent her emails to get her butt out of there. She has no shame. That council seat belongs to a Korean, Grace Yu. She deserves it. She came in runner-up. Heather Hutt received 12 corrupt votes from the city council, 12-2 vote. And like I said, Grace Yu received 36,485 votes. Now, how do you square that? Okay? That's corruption. And that's reverse discrimination. Okay? Reverse discrimination committed by black people. Okay? That's, these black folks go around saying that they are the exploited, they are the ones downtrodden by racism, but this is racism 101 right here. Okay, they don't want a Korean in that seat. That that Council 10 district has been represented by a black person since Thomas Tom Bradley, when he was sworn in on July 1st, 1963. President John Fitzgerald Kennedy was in the White House at that time, and Bobby Kennedy was Attorney General. That's a long time ago. It's going to be 60 years on July 1st, 2023 that you've had black representation in that council seat. I want Heather Hutt the hell out of there, and I want Grace Yu in there, and I want you to file the motion. You are my representative. That is what I am demanding you to do, because these criminals should not get away with this. The whole council chamber all these people should be indicted for what they did. I've sent an email to the Attorney General, Mr. Bonta. He's looking into this because he's looking into it as part of the redistricting meeting that they had with Nuri Martinez and Leon and that dimwit that you replaced, Cedillo, who never did anything for our district. Nothing but a laughing idiot that he was, and a smiling idiot. Just like Heather Hutt is another smiling idiot. I want this woman removed, because it seems that to be a black woman is the prerequisite to get a job around here. Okay? You have to be a black woman to be the vice president, to be associate justice in the Supreme Court, to be Secretary of State up in Sacramento. Okay? Shirley Weber, that dimwit. I am tired of this. I want her out, and I want Grace Yu in there. We get the first Korean. Highlight that one. Highlight that banner, that headline. The first Korean, not the first black this, the first black that. I want the first Korean representation, the first Korean to represent District 10. Bye.